Hey guys, Vico here, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my guide to and review of the Tier 3 Premium American Light Tank, the Locust. You might ask yourself, why now? Why the Locust? It does suffer from a power creep given the addition of the heavily armored French Tier 3s, Tier 4s. It does struggle with its 56 millimeters of average pen, but it has some other things going for it. The view range is at 230, so if you can find a bush, sit still on spot, it'll do the job. And in a straight line, it can get going very fast at 64 kilometers top speed, 64 kilometers an hour at top speed. But the 29.14 power to weight ratio you'll see it struggle to get going. But again, why the Locust? Why now? Well, I don't see it much. Not that I've been playing Tier 3 too much, but you just don't see the Locust in the game. In this particular game on Winter Malenovka, I am bottom tier, and there's some really good players on the other side, to include one of my own clanmates on red. So what I'm trying to do here is support my team, keep spotting them, keep eyes on them, and offer harassing fire. Look at the AMX-40. With AP, there's just nothing I can do. I'm gonna have to use APCR, and of course that reduces the average pen to, I think, around, or the average damage, from 40 average damage down to, I think it's 35, 30. But you can still be effective if your team can take out the Matildas, the AMX-40s, the DW2s. You're taking a major DPM hit when you use APCR, but the rate of fire, I mean, look at that, I got 2.8 seconds between shots if you look on my my reticle. But this DW2 is looking for me. See, there he is. He's not shooting at anybody else, and all 7 of my team are still in the game. Yeah, look at that, all the red. I gotta use the APCR. It's a perfect buddy tank, a perfect platoon tank. It's a perfect harassing tank. So while all my green teammates are here going in for the bloodthirsty kill shots on these guys, I can zoom in here, try to ninja this kill on the AMX-40. There you go. And the DW2 is the only guy that's left. Let's talk about gun depression. The Locust has 10 degrees of gun depression, 30 degrees of gun elevation. So if you abuse hills, maintain map awareness, you can perma-track people like this Matilda. There's not much I can do with the way he's angled. And yes, I know I'm wasting ammunition, but I'm keeping him perma-tracked while exposing very little of my own hull in order to basically get assistance damage while other people pump damage into him. But too bad I couldn't farm enough. But gun depression in the Locust is something that you should definitely abuse. Now on paper for the hull traverse, look at this turn here. Ooh, it's touchy. It's almost like a BTSV the way it turns. On paper it's got a 40-degree hull traverse, but I can tell you that once you get up to speed, it's very difficult to get this thing turning on a dime. You won't see the Locust drifting much. I mean, here I'm trying to get away with 1v1ing a cruiser who can seriously tear me apart, but he's not doing it right. So I'm trying to turn, trying to stay in front of his gun, but I just don't have the traverse speed to do it. But I got away with it and I was able to take that cruiser down. And as you can see, the pickup, once it gets going, but as I take the corner around here, ooh, it's rough on the turns. You need to use this as a speed demon, like coming out surprise and ninja the kills. And of course, when you, like I said about the power to weight ratio, when you run into objects, it stops you dead. I'm gonna come around this corner, go for this vehicle here, this truck, boom, stop me dead. I could have taken out that T7 combat car, but you just don't have the power to get through things, get through harder objects. Talking about view range versus being spotted. at 230 meters of view range, and being such a low profile light tank, notice that when I shot that T-28 I was not spotted. It's fantastic, and I have my view range meter. The looks can't even see me. Does he spot me now? Nope, he just backs off. It's really good for that if you understand bush mechanics, if you understand spotting mechanics and view range. You can put the Locust to use as a, I wouldn't say sniper, but a good spotter, a good light tank. Now I can't do anything now because the T-28 decided to YOLO. It's a little damage farm present for us, but I'm spotted, so I'm going to reset my camo. And then turn around and come back for more. Using the gun depression on this small ridge, you can use a lot of terrain being so low profile, but looks came for lunch, and he's definitely getting it off of me. I'm trying to use my forward speed, which picks up, but this looks has definitely got the drop on me, and I don't have the gun depression. He's got my entire hull covered. But excellent spotting at the beginning for sure. Now this looks decides to YOLO for some reason, and he's going to pay the price. Yep. Remember what I said about top speed? It comes in really handy, other than that awful hull traverse. It comes in handy to get from A to B. We have to defend the base, 82%. So I got to the base in time. I'm the first one here, but this AMX-40, this is where you're going to be challenged when you have to use APCR to use against these overpowered AMX-40s. Foolishly, I sit in front of his gun and I take a major hit, but you have to, on Matildas, AMX-40s, you have to use APCR. There's no way you're going to get into them, and with that spaced armor around the tracks, the AMX-40 is definitely your nemesis at tier 4. Especially when you're up-tiered, which I found I always tended to be, but luckily this AMX-40 is a turret turner. So I'm really not struggling. So while his gun's pointed in my direction, I let him go, but as soon as he turns his gun away, I just abuse my DPM, and spam gold ammunition, and there's no way you're going to penetrate an AMX-40. And if it comes down to the end game portion and you don't use your ammunition appropriately, you might find yourself out, because the AMX-40 does not have a high ammunition AMX-40 the Locust does not have a high ammunition capacity. You need to plan accordingly. I use about half and half APCR versus AP, and you're gonna need those, especially with, like I said, when you're up tiered against heavily armored tanks. Well, the best way to mitigate the weaknesses of the Locust and to enhance the strengths is to work in a platoon, and that's exactly what I'm doing here on Port Bay with my platoon mate RJ14, and thank you RJ for helping me out with this. So we decided to go to the northern end, and I'm going to go long, as most people do, and go up into the valley, try to get some spots. Now I was worried because I didn't spot anything here, and I come up to the bush, and I usually stop here if I get overwhelmed, and there's nothing, and I'm alone here. So while most of them are camping up on the bridge, we've got some spots. So I try to use bush mechanics and go after the Panzer IV-D, and got a cheeky shot. Notice I'm not spotted until my, there he is, until my radar went off, and nice clutch shot on the BT-7. Next target's the Martyr II. He doesn't, he's not paying attention, and I don't think I'm spotted yet. He should go out, but despite the limited ammo capacity, I blind fired, and that one actually penetrated. This is right when I start to notice that the cap is going off at 30%. I'm starting to get nervous because I can't YOLO through there when I have 3 tanks in front of me. So we're going to have to take out the Panzer IIJ amongst the campers at the back. And as long as this Panzer IIJ is sideways on and I go that little hatch, I'll be able to penetrate. And as he turns and goes sideways onto me, RJ is harassing him. We'll be able to take out the 2J, no problem. A little bit of lag. Shoot him in the butt, and there you go. Now it's time to go save the cap at 70%. Using this speed to the advantage, and man, oh, that traverse is awful. I got choices. Do I want to take out this T-82, or do I want to go save the cap? Well, T-82 is running away, and the dispersion at point, I think it's 336. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to shoot him on the move at that distance. I go long to confuse the enemy, and we got a Valentine 2 and a BT-7. Valentine 2 is known for its troll armor, so I'll go up to the BT-7. He gets ammo racked. And then all of us start swarming the Valentine 2 like a bunch of hungry animals. He doesn't know who to shoot at. Some of my shots are penning, some of them are not, but then again, I am not aiming well. And that's on me. I'm having fun and I just don't care. I mean, it's tier 3 for me, tier 4 game. He starts pointing his gun at me, and then I realized the T-82, I got so lucky the T-82 didn't have a chance to shoot me. He's got his gun pointing my way. Valentine 2 decides to focus me. Load APCR. That lowers the alpha. But there you go. Valentine taken out. T-82 is about to get a nasty surprise from my platoon mate here. And bam, there he goes. Good teamwork, and that was a fine game. Now I mastered this 2 days ago. I don't have the screenshots, and I didn't get one mastery while I was doing all the filming. And I think this one was a third class, yeah. 623 damage, not bad. It's more than my hit points. I think they're 480. So we did a damn good job there, and I had fun, and I think that's more important when you're not treating a game so seriously, if you know what I mean. So there you have it, the Tier 3 American Premium Light Tank, the Locust. It's got great gun depression, great speed going forward. Bad traverse, okay-ish pen. Dispersion is okay, don't snipe with it. It's not a one-trick pony though, it can definitely support the team. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Do you have it? Do you want it? Do you like it or do you hate it? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you really like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my posts as they come. I really appreciate all the patrons for helping sponsor this channel. I really can't do it without you guys. You're the best. If you want to be a sponsor, consider clicking the patron link below in the video description. I can't do any of this without them. We have a Discord channel and patron-only videos from time to time, a really great growing community. Until next time, I'll see you guys out there.